Hi, and welcome to this training course. My name is Jerry, and I'm one of the co-founders of Accessible Surveys. This training course is designed for anyone who is new to Accessible Surveys, and it will accompany you to create a simple training survey. The survey does not count as part of your organisation's survey quota. This hands-on exercise will familiarise you with all the key features offered by the platform, putting you in a great position to create your own surveys once you've completed the course. The training is divided into 5 sections. These mirror the process of creating, testing, sharing, and analysing the results of a survey. This first session shows you how to create a new survey and will take approximately 20 minutes to complete. Before starting this session, you should have downloaded the text for training survey from the online help. This can be found under Learning Materials in session 1. Let's begin. When you're signed into your survey workspace, your screen will look like this. At the top of the page, you'll see any surveys that you have starred. Below this, you'll see a table listing all the surveys that you have created. Both sections will be empty for now. To create your first survey, select the New Survey button in the bottom right hand corner. You can name your survey Training Survey and use this as the description as well. You can use the shortcuts Ctrl+A to select text, Ctrl+C to copy text, and Ctrl+V to paste the text. These shortcuts can be used throughout the platform. Select Next. On the next page, you'll be invited to select a form to be used in your survey. You have the option to create a new form using AI prompts or use an existing form. These options are explained in separate guidance notes. For now, choose Create New Form and give it the name Training Form. And use this in the description as well. The platform will automatically create the first page of your form, and this can be edited later on. Select Next and confirm. The platform will now create your survey template. I suggest you star this so it appears at the top of your page. This can be done by right-clicking on the survey in the tree grid and selecting Star Survey. Now select Edit. You will see the different elements of your survey in the tree structure on the left of your screen. I will talk you through these briefly. The introduction page is where respondents will first land. It is a great place to explain what your survey is about, how long it will take to complete, and how you will use and look after your respondents' data. The form is where you will add the questions that you want to ask. The thank you page appears once a respondent has submitted their survey, and the submit message is optional and is explained in a separate guidance note. Let's start by giving the survey a title and adding some content to the introductory page. The content can be found in the text content for training survey, which you have already downloaded. This text box supports Markdown and has a formatting ribbon at the top. This is explained in a separate guidance note. For now, we're just going to add an accessibility menu to highlight the accessibility options which are offered by the survey. This can be done from the accessibility settings in the formatting ribbon. We're also just going to format this text here to include some spaces so it appears nicely. You can go to the Preview tab to see how it will be presented to respondents. We're now going to jump to the Thank You page and add the content there in the same way. Okay, we're now going to focus on the form. A form is made up of pages, sections and questions, and I'll explain how these different elements work together. Pages allow you to group questions on a similar topic together, and respondents will scroll through pages as they complete a survey. Sections are used as they provide survey builders with more flexibility than if questions were added directly to pages. For instance, logic can be applied to sections, and in the future it will be possible to share sections between different forms. Questions are self-explanatory. Let's start by renaming the first page Surveys. The section name and description is for internal use and won't be seen by respondents. There's no need to change the name or the description. We're now at the stage where we can start to add questions. Questions can be added by using the Add New Question button, but we're going to do so by selecting the Add Content mode in the bottom right-hand corner. You will now see the different types of questions which are available in the right-hand column. There are text-based questions, with more options available when the expand arrow is selected. Next, there are a range of choice-based questions, and also a couple of single option questions. The media-based upload question gives respondents an option to upload a file. At the top of the column, you will see text markdown. This is not a question type as such, but allows you to insert text or videos into your form, which can be formatted in many ways. This is explained in a separate guidance note. We're now going to add the first question of our training survey. This is a text question, so we're going to select text field and drag it into the centre of the page. The question can be copied and pasted from the training materials. Supporting text can be used to give guidance or context for the question. We can leave this blank for now and select OK. Congratulations, you've added your first question. If you need to delete a question for any reason, you can do so by finding the question in the tree structure, right-clicking it and selecting Delete. The next question in the training survey is an options-based question, asking how satisfied a respondent is with their current survey tool. As we've seen, there's various types of option questions available. Radio group questions and drop-down questions both force respondents to select a single option, whereas a checkbox group enables respondents to select multiple options. In this particular question, we want respondents just to select a single option, so let's use a radio group question. Drag and drop this to where you want it to appear in your page. Again, copy and paste the question label and the helper text from the training materials. This time we are going to add some supporting text. Once you've added the label and the supporting text, click OK. Click back into the question to add the options. These can also be copied and pasted from the training materials. Once you've added all the options, you can just click outside the text input area. We can now add the next two questions, both of which are text-based. We're going to use the text area question type, as this allows us to customize the appearance of the text box. This is explained in separate guidance notes. Neither of these additional questions needs supporting text. Congratulations, you've created your first page. To add a new page to your form, click Form in the tree structure and right-click and select Add New Page. Find the new page in the tree structure and give it the name Feedback. You can rename the section Section 2. You can now add questions to your new page by clicking on the Add Content mode. This time, select the Ratings question, drag and drop it into where you want it to appear, and add the question label from the training materials. This question also has supporting text. And click OK. The number of stars displayed can be varied, but let's stick with 5. We're now ready to test the form to see how it will be presented to survey respondents. To do this, go to Test in the top menu, and you'll see the different pages of your form on the left-hand side, with the questions in the middle. You'll also be able to see how the helper text is presented. There is a test menu on the left-hand side, which is explained in a separate guidance note. This includes a edit mode, which can be used to edit the questions. Looking at the questions which are asked on page 1, it would make sense if the question, "What do you like about the survey tool you're using?" it only appears if the answer to the previous question is strongly agree or agree. In a similar way, the question, "What frustrates you about the survey tool you're using?" should only really appear if the answer to the previous question is disagree or strongly disagree. These questions can be shown or hidden using logic. To apply logic, go to the build mode. Logic is always applied to the form element which you want to be affected by the logic, and logic can be applied at the page, section, or question level. In this instance, it's the question, "What do you like about the survey tool you're using?" that we want to apply logic to. So let's find that question in the tree structure and activate the visibility mode. And click on the button Create a Logical Expression. The first thing you need to do is to lock the tree grid and expand the question you want to include in the logical expression. In this case, the logic is based on a respondent's answer to the question about whether they are satisfied with their current survey tool. Logical expressions are mathematical expressions which evaluate a statement and return a result of either true or false. The item that the logic is applied to is then either displayed if the result is true or hidden if the result is false. Let's see how this works in practice. I want to test whether the answer to the question "I am satisfied with my current survey tool" is either strongly agree or agree. I'm going to start by dragging strongly agree into the area for writing logical expressions. And then I'm going to use the in operator to inquire whether that option has been selected to the question "I am satisfied with my current survey tool." We can now test the expression that we have written. We can see that if no answer is given to this question, or if any of the other options are selected, the result is false because strongly agree hasn't been selected in the question "I'm satisfied with my survey tool." But if strongly agree is selected, the result is true and the question is displayed. This is exactly what we want to happen. However, we also want the question to be displayed if agree is selected. This can be done by using the OR operator. The expression now evaluates whether strongly agree or agree have been selected. Again, this can be tested. When you are happy the expression is working, remember to unlock the tree grid. You can now test the form to see that the logic is working. We will now apply logic to the question "What frustrates you about the survey tool that you're using?" This can be done in exactly the same way, but just selecting different response options. Again, we're going to find the question that we want to apply the logic to in the tree grid. We're creating a logical expression. We're locking the tree grid. We're bringing the response option in the logical expression. We're using the in operator to look at disagree. We're then using the OR function to add in strongly disagree. And we can test the logical expression. Writing logical expressions can take some time to master. However, there's plenty of support and examples available in the online help. This feature is extremely powerful and can be used to tailor your survey for your respondents. Congratulations, you've completed the first training session, and this is the session which is most heavy in terms of content. By now you should feel confident creating a new survey and adding questions to your form. There are some advanced features such as using tooltips to explain specific words which we did not cover. Links to guidance notes on these features are available in the training guide for this session.